you can see it's a fair bit shorter on the end, and also hopefully it comes out on the camera, it's a bit skinnier too. In this video I'm going to be talking all about the Child Red Oak Bokken have for sale at Enso Martial Arts. I'm going to talk about some of its features, who would use this, why you'd want to use it, and at the end I'll put together a montage of people training with Bokken. Hi, my name's iwth. I've been in martial arts for the past 33 years and the owner of Enso Martial Arts for the past 16 years. If you're liking this video, click the little icon, subscribe to this channel and get all the latest videos and updates from Enso Martial Arts. So let's get into this video and learn all about the Child Red Oak Bokken that we have for sale at Enso. Bokken are the training equivalent of the Japanese katana, or also known as the samurai sword. So almost as long as katana have existed, Bokken would have existed. You just can't do partner work or sparring with live katana. It's just a really bad idea, really bad way to lose training partners very, very quickly. So the wooden Bokken was devised and people can train away, and it still gives you a knock, but obviously it doesn't cut you in half. So Bokken are a really sensible way to train in Japanese sword styles. Bokken, even though they're not heavy, your shoulders and arms can get a little bit sore after a while. It's a movement that we don't necessarily do a lot, and it can wear you down. So a lot of cuts just with a standard Bokken can be quite difficult. So for adults, Bokken are enough of a weight to give you a bit of a workout. Now if you're like quite a bit smaller, or a kid, you know, teenagers maybe, and want to do some sword work, a Bokken might just be a bit too heavy. So this is where the Child Bokken comes into play. So on the camera you might not be able to tell the dimensions of it, but if I put it up next to a normal length Bokken, you can see it's a fair bit shorter on the end, and also hopefully it comes out on the camera, it's a bit skinnier too. So you can see on the ends it's just a little bit less chunky. So it's lighter in terms of its thickness, and it's also shorter, so there's a lot less leverage, and there's also a lot less weight just because of the amount of wood that isn't in it. For like young teenagers, kids, people that just aren't that strong at all, this is a really good option to be able to train with Japanese sword and in Japanese sword styles. For kids that are even smaller than this, you might want to think about the Red Oak Shoto that we sell for really, really young kids, because it still looks like a Bokken, but obviously it's shorter again than this. So that's a really good option for the really young kids, but for most kids this is going to be the perfect option for them. Now we do get quite a lot of dads coming in that want to buy Bokkens for themselves training, they want to get their kids involved, but obviously the normal Bokken are too heavy for them, so a lot of them, and we've only sold these sort of for the last year or so, a lot of those people will be picking these up to buy for their kids. So they can practice in the garden, they can train with them, they can go to class with them, so it's a really nice way of like training together as a family, you know, in styles that use Bokken. So what's it made out of? Actually, it's made from red oak, so it's just as durable as standard red oak Bokken. Now, because it is thinner, it's obviously not going to take quite as much punishment. You're not going to be able to give it the same amount of punishment as you would to a normal Bokken. But if this is being wielded by kids, they're obviously not as strong, they don't have the same amount of muscle mass or weight behind it. So it's probably going to fare better than most Bokken, to be honest, just because the user isn't going to punish it as hard. So you can still do lots of sparring, you can still do contact work. Obviously be careful, like look after your fingers, look after each other's heads and whatnot. But yeah, you're still able to do partner work with this, absolutely no problem. It's very tough. Red oak is a really, really durable material. So yeah, don't worry about that at all. Now, if you are going to go to town knit and you are going to just be smashing walls and breeze blocks and whatnot, it is made out of wood, so it's not completely indestructible. So take it easy with this and it will last you forever. So what styles would you use something like this? Well, obviously like the kendo styles, Kenjitsu, all the Japanese sword styles will use Bokken, but you also get people in Ninjutsu that will use a lot of Bokken, so the kids Ninjutsu classes will really benefit from having some of these. It'd be really, really good. Obviously full length Bokken can just wear kids out and they're just not having fun if they're just crazy overtired. So that's really good. Also some of the Japanese Jiu-Jitsu styles and offshoots of Japanese Jiu-Jitsu and Ninjutsu A lot of them will add in Bokken now and again, so yeah, really good for all of those Japanese styles. Just having a look at some of the dimensions, and I'll give you all the dimensions on the website so you can check them out whenever you get time. So this length comes in at 33 inches or 84 centimeters, so yeah, quite a bit shorter than the standard 41 inches. Just give you the diameter along the back so you can just see how it compares to a normal one. So this comes in 3/4 of an inch, 2 centimeters. Having a look at the weight, this weighs in at almost exactly around 400 grams, which is very, very similar to a standard wakizashi. So at Enso Martial Arts, we pride ourselves on having a really wide range of Japanese weapons. So as well as the Child Red Oak Bokken, we also have White Oak Bokken and Foam Bokken, really good for sparring. We do the shoulder busting Saburi Bokken and the Unbreakable Bokken. We also have a wide range of bow staffs, including the White Oak bow staff. So as promised at the beginning of the video, here is a short montage of people training with Bokken. Thanks very much, I hope it was useful. I hope you learned loads about the Child Red Oak Bokken we have for sale at Enso. If you like this video, click the little icon, subscribe to this channel and get all the latest videos and updates from Enso Martial Arts. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon. Cheers!